This is the myth that most artists believe in. Practice fundamentals non-stop, maybe get a degree in an expensive art school, build a portfolio and apply for jobs in the industry. That's how it works if you want to make it as an artist. But SamDoesArt did the exact opposite. He got into animation school, but he didn't fit in. So he switched to graphic design, moving further from art with each passing year. He could feel it slipping away, he writes. Until he made a choice that changed everything. He started posting his art online and built a 1.7 million subscriber YouTube empire. Not by following traditional paths, but by doing something that most artists never figure out, developing a style that makes people stop scrolling. But wait, isn't he just drawing cute Instagrammable anime girls like anyone else? Well, yes and no. There's even a whole Reddit rabbit hole accusing him of same face syndrome, because all his female characters have the same doll-like face. Cats. But here's the thing, when you see this, or this, or this, you don't just see another anime girl, you see SamDoesArt. And that's what separates artists who struggle from those who succeed. You can have insane technical skill and still go unnoticed. But if your style is instantly recognizable, people come to you. They follow your work, share it, and become true fans. They buy your prints, sign up for your Patreon, and support you. Not because you ask them to, but because they genuinely want more of what only you can create. That's why I've been obsessed with figuring out my own art style. But how do you actually do it? No one teaches how to find your art style. Art schools don't teach it, courses don't teach it. The most common advice out there is also the most lazy and, frankly, the most useless advice you can think of. So, I've been building my own roadmap. A step-by-step process to develop my own style from scratch. It's all mapped out in this interactive flowchart, which is completely free to access if you want to follow along with my journey. And you can even leave questions or suggestions to help improve it. And right now, we're here, studying SamDoesArt. I spent months inside his Patreon. I bought his book, which is really pretty by the way, and I broke down his entire workflow step by step. And today I'm putting it to the test by recreating one of Sam's pieces, but with my own original characters. I show you the full master study later in the video, but first, let me walk you through what I discovered. Okay, first off, let me tell you straight away one of the most valuable lessons that I learned while studying SamDoesArt. And that's that the strongest, most memorable art styles all have one thing in common. I'm going to play a video from Sam called How to Draw Lips. It's a tutorial and it shows exactly what I'm talking about. See if you can spot it.
Alright guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about how to draw lips. Get your sketchbooks, get your iPads, and we're going to get you educated. There are just...
Do you see what's happening? It's not just a random gag. He's intentionally starting with humor. From the very first few seconds, you already know what kind of experience you're about to have. He does this in all his videos, by the way, and it's not random, it's deliberate. Because one of the features of a strong art style is to set the mood. Think about it, what happens after those first few seconds? Well, you already know that this isn't just a tutorial. This is going to be fun. It sets the expectation for the rest of the video. It's going to make you smile, enjoy, and learn. And that's why when you come across one of his videos, you remember him. And this is a universal principle. It applies to his videos just as much as it applies to his artworks. Look, here is how it works for his art. Most artists would start with the character first, but Sam, he does the opposite. He starts with the background. And that's for the same reason why he does that gag at the beginning of his videos. He's prioritizing setting the mood, setting the emotions that he wants the audience to experience. The color, the shapes, and the lighting of the environment, they all combine to do exactly that. In his case, his backgrounds are often a bit blurry, cinematic, or moody in some way. They create an atmosphere and a feeling that I would define as contemplative. So before even knowing anything about the character, the background is already telling you how this scene is supposed to feel. Later you will see how I struggled to do this in my master's study. But this is not the only trick up his sleeve to set the mood. In fact, he adds nuance building on top of this feeling through intentional design of his characters' faces. And to show you this, we need to dive deeper into the next step of his process that I discovered through his Patreon. As of recording this video, it's almost April, and I've been a member of Sam's Patreon since July. So it's 9 months I've been studying all the premium content he puts out. From process videos, tutorials, wallpapers, and even brushes. But it's the unedited process videos that are the most interesting. The ones that are in real time and he doesn't even talk. In those, you will see things you would never see in his regular YouTube videos. You see him going back and forth, experiment, and even struggle. Most people only see the polished version of his artworks and process. But here, you can see the real thing, which is much more valuable. But I think you should judge it yourself. Just like I've done in the last video about Loish, I'll be gifting one subscriber a 1-month membership to the same Patreon tier I have, which is the highest one that includes everything. But there's a catch. To be eligible, you need to solve the secret riddle I hid somewhere in this video. Drop your answer in the comments and I'll pick a winner within a week. Alright, now let's talk about something that I wasn't expecting to find. Remember when I said that the key to a strong style is to set the mood and that Sam does it with the background? Well, he takes it even a step further. He combines the feeling that the background gives with a different one that is brought by the character. And in so doing, he's creating a unique combination of emotions that his art will consistently deliver to the viewer. And that becomes the signature of his style. That is what people subconsciously get addicted to. Look, I'm gonna show you exactly how it works using his art book. I love collecting art books of the artists I study. They're not only beautiful objects, they also allow me to get some time off screens. Because I spend all day either coding on my laptop, editing on a big monitor, or drawing on my iPad. So physical books have gained more value in my life in some way. And Sam launched his very own art book on Kickstarter last year. But I missed out on the campaign, so that's why I had to go all the way to a bookstore at the other side of the city to pick it up. And it was worth it. It's not just a portfolio, it's full of never-before-seen sketches, early concepts, and raw insights into his journey. You can actually see his evolution over time. Like many of us, he started with fantasy. And it's not until much later that his style starts to come through. Here's when we start seeing the moody vibes and the blurred cinematic backgrounds here. And yeah, that overall contemplative feel. And here's the interesting part. It's always combined with a doll face character, in some kind of neutral or some kind of thinking type pose. The expression has a touch of sadness usually, even when the character is actually smiling. There's clearly a nostalgic feel to his artworks, and I think it combines very well with his obsession on this kind of innocent, cute type of beauty. It's this combo, in my opinion, that is the signature of his style. In a sense, style is not just a collection of techniques, it's a recognizable feeling. But if you made it all the way here, I have to be honest with you. I told you about all of this mood setting and emotional signature stuff right in the first half of the video, because I didn't want people to miss it. It's the mindset shift that changed how I think about art style completely from now on. It's really a gem of an insight. But the truth is, it was a bit of a stretch to put it at the beginning because I didn't actually realize it until much later. I didn't realize it until after finishing studying Sam's process by doing the character swap that you're seeing right now. And get this, the character swap is basically an improved version of a master study. I choose an artwork from the artist I'm studying and I repeat his process, but I change the characters I see in the artwork and I insert my own ones in the scene. So here I have my OC with his cat Chopstick and his VR headset goggles. And look at the artwork I picked. Out of all of the nostalgic, cute, dreamy scenes in his book, I picked this one of the only action scenes in the whole thing. The next page would have been exactly his vibe, and yet I picked this one. But the reason why is what made me open my eyes. I'm not gonna pretend I don't like Sam's art. I genuinely love it. And I like how it makes me feel. but only when I consume it. Because when it's my turn to create, that same feeling doesn't even cross my mind. It's beautiful, but in a way that feels distant to me. It's kind of sad, in a nostalgic kind of way. But it's not the kind of sadness I carry. I love it because it's new to me, I guess. So, what's happening here? Well, I think that this means that consumption and creation are kind of different beasts. And you can have different tastes with what you like to consume compared to what you like to create. Listen to this closely because you might feel this way as well. Until now, I believed that being a good artist meant learning to see the outside world very well. To observe, to study, to manipulate line, color, and light in a skillful way. But I was wrong. To truly become a great artist, you need to get good at seeing your inner world just as well as you see the outside world. You have to get painfully accurate at noticing the emotions buried inside you, not the emotions that attract you in others, but the ones that you're so used to lock into a little box and keep at bay within you. So that's so much harder than getting good at fundamentals. But it's also so much more fulfilling of a goal that I could have ever imagined when starting my own art journey. Because it means that finding your art style is not about mastering technique, it's about capturing the feeling you have inside and tell it again and again in your own art, until people start to recognize you by it. But it's great to know this, but it's no use if you don't put it to practice in the right way. In this next video, I show you how I set up this entire journey to find my style, step by step, with rules, structure, and intention. I'll see you there.
Woo. Took me forever to do the take.